All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we go, game number 2 of this best of 3 series. We got OG versus Team Moriarty coming at you. Of course, OG taking the first game, and man, we are flying through this this game 2 draft. I'm BreakyCPK, and going to be joined by my co-caster for game 2 at least here. I'm going to be joined by Henry once again. So Henry, welcome to today.
What's up, Breaky? Super excited to watch OG and Moriarty impress me a ton yesterday, so pretty excited to see, especially Intaki, who I've never heard of before, but I thought he was a super impressive mid player. Pretty much, in my opinion, the standout, but I mean, they all played pretty well. Pretty prototypical bans and picks coming out. The Razor was banned, so they were able to get Omni Gyro, and OG prioritized the Elder Titan over the Omni Gyro as their first pick, so following up with the Terrorblade, because it's definitely not going to make it through this phase if they didn't pick it. And seeing the Rubik band, Fly and Jarek's have been doing the Elder Titan Rubik combo a ton.
5 seconds remaining.
I think they did that last time these two teams played earlier in the bracket, I'm pretty sure. The Elder Titan Rubik Terrorblade, almost the identical draft.
Yeah.
So, seems interesting so far.
Yeah, the first game, it was a curious opening, and kind of going off of that, how Moriarty went with that Omni Knight the first game as well, and then again, the Razor was not banned, though, so obviously we saw OG not only pick up the Razor, but then they went into a Rubik on top of that themselves. But again, already much different this time around. You mentioned the Elder Titan. And then going for that second pick, Terrorblade, though. Back to just a very comfortable hero for them. Going to run it once again here. But Omni Knight Gyrocopter, same heroes this last game so far from Moriarty. It's always a strong opening, so understandable.
Witch Doctor could come out. They're going to go with the Disruptor for the silence against Terrorblade.
And then Bane. That's a quick reaction on the part of OG now. And apparently we're flying through this draft.
Yeah, lots of snap picks at the moment. I will say one thing that I noticed was the respect ban on Entaki's Ember Spirit. I looked up his Dota buff, and from what I can tell, he's a pretty prolific Ember Spirit player, and he really stood out in that third game in the last time these two teams played on the Ember Spirit, so respecting that. And it's particularly good against Terrorblade. And I would say rather hard for heroes like ET, especially to gank and actually kill. They don't have like major control outside of the Bane ult. So
yeah, understandable. They want to ban that, as I mentioned just yesterday. He's the one that ultimately knocked them down to the losers bracket in the first place. So while they're set up for this rematch, but now their fourth pick for OG. They still need their mid as well as their off lane. Maybe get the S4 hero in here.
Yeah, I could see maybe the Viper for Mad. I'm not exactly sure how much I like it. I think generally Omni Knight is pretty good against Viper in the mid game, and I'm not too threatened by Viper from playing Gyro, but Razor's banned, and I'm not sure what else. We haven't seen him play a whole lot of heroes yet. It's kind of, I'm sure he can play a large quantity of heroes, but so far on this team, he's played mostly the kind of like position 1 in the mid lane kind of heroes like Viper, Razor, and then he struggled a lot on the OD. They're gonna head with the Dragonite. Pretty safe pick against the Tusk. Pretty much renders that Tusk snowball. Unless they have something like a Shadow Fiend, which might get banned, it's hard to kill a Dragonite just because you don't have a lot of damage with just the Tusk. You really need a mid laner that can actually supplement that with a lot of damage.
All right, so the final bans now to come.
5 seconds
and, of course, Moriarty will overall have the final pick to happen here, knowing that they're matched up against the DK most likely as far as their mid goes. So thinking about a hero that maybe would make sense against him. Maybe like an OD, perhaps?
I was thinking OD or Shadow Fiend for Moriarty are the two. And then as far as OG, I think they're looking for an offlaner. I was going to say, yeah, Tiny for S4 is a big standout. There's still Beastmaster in the pool since Tiny's now banned. I think they don't really have any crazy good dual lane. If they go Beastmaster ET, it's not particularly strong, especially if they end up running Tusk Disrupt their Gyro in the safe lane. But they might head in that direction. Other than that, there's Sand King is banned. Brewmaster's banned. I'm not seeing a whole lot for S4 here. Puck's banned, Tiny's banned.
Underlord, maybe? He's been fairly popular lately.
Yeah, Underlord's pretty good. I was also going to say there is the plausibility of them running the DK in the off lane, or aggressively laning the Terrorblade and DK in the safe lane. against Omni-Knight that could do either of those, but I think we're going to see an offlaner and Matt on the Dragon Knight just because, well, that's just what I predict.
All right. Yeah, no, Dragon Knight offlane is something we have seen before as well, and a little more recently it's going to become, I don't want to say a trend, but again, the possibility is there. So, just like, it's almost like a Tiny, where, again, when this changes first happened at Tiny, we were seeing him as a position 1 pretty much every single game, no question. But then eventually over time, people started transitioning him to more of an offlane hero, actually. And that's kind
outside of
of
natural order, I think it's a pretty good Timbersaw game if Moriarty wants to head that direction.
Oh, geez.
Maybe go with a Storm ban. Leshrac, wow.
Huh. Did not see that coming. So, is that a mid Leshrac then? Is that kind of going to your point?
Yeah. I think it is.
Okay.
I can't imagine they're going to run an offlane Leshrac. Even with the help of ET, it's just so squishy.
Remaining.
And any kind of missile setup into Glimpse with touch shards. I mean, they just have so much that would kill Leshrac. It has to be a mid Leshrac in my mind. It's interesting. It's a lot of damage if they can get it going. It's kind of fragile in lane. I don't feel too comfortable myself running Leshrac into Tuss just because the hero is fairly fragile, and if you get shards in the mid lane, they have any kind of burst damage. Say they go the Viper or the Shadow Fiend here, it could kind of spell devastation if you misstep.
Yeah, Leshrac, again, not only just like a unique hero, but then you kind of think, like, well, what are the benefits to Leshrac, right? He needs a setup stun, and he kind of has that with Bane, to be fair. You know, the Nightmare specifically is just great to set that up. But he can also be that massive pusher with his W, so is that maybe the ultimate idea, you think? Just being able to help push objectives with the DK even? And
yeah, I mean, they have really, really good push. So, I mean, at some point in my mind, and I may be way off on this, but at some point in my mind, it's almost redundant to build around that push. I mean, you have Terrorblade Dragon Knight. You're really not lacking it. In my mind, I would much rather have more control. And I mean, there is great AoE damage, which is definitely something they needed.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned with his actual methodology of distributing that damage. They have the Silence. They have Repel. They're going to definitely get a BKB fairly early on Gyrocopter, so his damage in general is going to fall off a bit in the mid game in my mind.
You may now select your heroes.
What a finish. Leshrac into Zeus. Who the hell saw that coming? I definitely did not.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think Zeus is super good against Terrorblade. Just all the illusions melt very fast. You have very high armor cores outside of Leshrac. You have the Dragon Knight and the Terrorblade, so the magic damage will be able to rip through that. And other than that, I think it's good. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. It's good AoE damage, good against Terrorblade. Can sit back, hard for ET to actually pressure in the lane at all. I think ET will definitely play around. It looks like a Dragon Knight mid. Or
yeah.
at least 7 Mad's taking it for now.
That's what I was noticing too. S4's on so like you said, I don't know if that 100% means he's going to be mid, but again, knowing who's playing it is interesting to point out here. But it could just be a comfort thing, like S4 maybe just a lot more comfortable in Leshrac, obviously, but and S4, he has history playing mid, as we know, so wouldn't be the craziest thing ever.
Yeah, I think the biggest reason they'd run the Dragon Knight mid is just because I don't think Tuss Zeus can kill Dragon Knight very easily at all. It'd take far too much time. You'd easily get a TP or 2 off from a support. Whereas Leshrac, any shards and a couple levels on Zeus and Leshrac will just die very, very, very easily. So that's generally what I'm thinking is the deciding factor for that.
Yeah. All right, again, fun finish here. But yeah, the Zeus final pick. Taki going to be playing it in that mid lane for Moriarty. You're getting at his big advantage that he applies plenty of burst magic damage. And also some decent counter push with that constant arc lightning span. We mentioned, obviously, the push from Moriarty. So going to help with those creep waves. Keeping them out. But here we go. Game number 2 again.
It's S4 Leshrac mid, apparently. He has the wand, and he definitely would not buy the wand first item if he didn't think he was laning against Zeus.
Oh, wow.
So it is going to be the Leshrac mid. Just not... I wonder if that's maybe like a hero preference thing. Maybe Matt prefers the Dragon Knight, and S4, you know, he has a history of one of the most storied mid laners in the entire scene. So outside of his tendency on the offlane with OG, so maybe he just has more comfort on Leshrac.
Oh, top lane, Jerax running at them with the Astral Spirit, but saying hello, really. All he's going to do there. See about the bounty
30
control that
seconds
they
to
have, but yeah, as you're pointing out, the 1 on Leshrac, so of course, very good to have that against Zeus in the matchup for the obvious reason of expect him to spam that arc lightning. So DK, I assume that means DK will be in the, well, Matt's heading towards the safe lane now. So
yeah, I think they want him against the Omni Knight. I think that's the biggest reason, and they're going to do some sort of aggressive tri-lane. I think Terrorblade's very, very underrated with an aggressive tri-lane. And one thing I've seen teams do is start off with the Terrorblade aggressive, and they'll do this with the gyro, and then after a Metamorphosis is used, or 2 Metamorphosis is used, during the downtime from the first or second one, they'll swap the lanes.
Yeah.
After giving DK, say, a decent start.
Makes sense. Yeah, take advantage of that free TP that you have at the beginning, yeah. Interesting. So we'll see if that that comes about. They already have a very aggressive ward here at the top lane behind the tower. So plenty of information to work with. And Elder Titan, he's going to be a little sneaky. Hiding in the trees. Astral Spirit level 1. Potentially could be hitting pretty hard here on whoever they go for. And that whoever is going to be Khan. Looks like Enfeeble's actually applied. Interesting level 1 there from Fly. Considering they're going for a kill, it seemed like. Not the most damage from that ability. In fact, it's none. Jerax, he's good, but it can take some harassment himself, and it turns into a try versus trial lane. But so I guess yeah.
That was a really nice attempt. He could have shards blocked him into the trees and done a ton of damage, but it just barely missed.
So yeah, Fly, get in the Enfeeble level 1. The idea that he's just going to spam that onto the Gyrocopter. Actually might going to kill it. Oh, Tusk traps himself in on accident. And he's going to go down. Jerax gets credit for the first blood. They were just right-clicking him, and that's literally no stun or nuke necessarily. He just got caught in between the trees there.
Yeah, I'm expecting some kind of remedy for these lanes here. Just because your Gyro's not going to be able to farm with the Enfeeble, and you're already hemorrhaging kills, and they haven't even used Metamorphosis yet, so it's looking a little bit rough to start for Moriarty.
That's a good point. Yeah, Metamorphosis still ready to go on top of this. So Elder Titan, once he hits level 2, they can get an Echo Stomp set up. Wherever they catch could be in a lot of trouble. So there are other lanes. Let's take a quick look here. We got middle. It's Leshrac 8-1, Zeus 5-0. So right now S4 is winning that. He has a level 2 Lightning Storm that he went earlier on in this game. As top lane, back and forth action again. And Enfeeble's applied to Illusionist, so he's not really hitting that hard right now. Fly's running. Homing missile channel behind him, though. This should be a kill on Fly. It's going to connect in a second, and that is going to be it. Good find there.
Night, Mr. Grimm.
From the dire side. But yeah, what about the build? I don't know how much you play Leshrac yourself necessarily, but Lightning Storm, is he probably going to max that out first, you think?
Yeah, I think he's going to go QE just for the reason that it's going to be really hard to actually pressure the tower in this lane just because it's a Zeus, so his wave player is extremely, extremely good. He's kind of struggling to start, actually. He's 7-0 to the 13-3 Leshrac. But that combined with the fact it's a very slow-moving hero, so if you can actually get the additional slow from the spell's called Lightning Storm, it's pretty easy to follow it up with a stun. I generally think that's the direction. He is going in that direction, but I think that's more the logic.
Got you there. All right, now he's having some free farm in the middle lane as Zeus is back at base. Porting back in now, getting some more regen for him to work with, but constantly looking back at this top lane. Metamorphosis is on for a little bit longer, about 10 seconds or so, not even. Going to be wearing off, and so not as much start there. But again, as we've seen, even without Metamorphosis, they're able to get some kills. So got to be careful if you're the dire side. In fact, Flash, he's already running all the way back.
Gyro has 2 last hits. They're really struggling here a lot. To 16 and 12 from Terrorblade. Not only that, but they're having a very difficult time actually getting experience. You know it's bad when your hard carries at the small pool camp, just wishing it could be in a different lane.
Well, I think that goes back to the Enfeeble level 1 again from Bane. That's such a great tool, minus 30 damage. That it applies, or not even, well, yeah, I guess really. But Nataki middle lane goes down. Leshrac finds him in a bad spot, I guess. Flash was there, but could not save his teammate. Back up to the top lane, actually. Shards are down. Fly trapped initially, but he eventually finds his way out. Calm wants to run after him. Homing missile channel, but it's going to be killed by the illusion, actually. Well played by Notel right there. And now Khan's the one that has to be careful. The Echo Stomp, it's going to connect on to Khan here. Illusion is doing what he can to help out his teammate. Maybe go for the turn kill. It's not going to be enough, though. Down goes Gyrocopter, and Illusion is now also in trouble in the Tusk. He, too, is going to fall. He has a snowball. That's just going to delay the inevitable, though, it seems like. Fly gets credit for the kill. It's a strong start for OG now.
Denied.
3,000
Yeah,
net worth already.
I think they set up the lanes really well. They're giving Dragon Knight a good time, and Terrorblade, they got the kill stop in Terrorblade. It's essentially just free farming, because the support duo from Bane and ET is just so much stronger. Disruptor's far too defensive and low damage, and Tusk is pretty low damage. You have essentially 2 supports that act as setups for cores, and then you have a core with level 2 and 2 creeps at 5 minutes. So there's no actual damage coming out, especially if 3 people hitting Gyrocopter. The rocket barrage will get split, and the damage won't be dispersed properly.
Yeah. Oh, Disruptor, he avoids the Echo Stomp, but kind of being zoned out, if anything. However, the Ice Shard block again this time. Jerax. Homing Missile is coming out. And just going to snowball in, and a couple of more auto attacks. That'll do him, man. So well played. The Homing Missile actually connecting to Bane now because of that. And now Fly is probably dead as well. So this is going to be pretty big for Moriarty unless he gets away somehow. Oh my god. Boots are strong. There's a Shard block. The Shrine, though, at the last second. He's in range. He's going to heal up. Out comes the Echo Stomp. I don't know if they're going to get any turn kills out of this, but the fact that Bane survived is crazy in itself. And they might get a turn kill. One more? Yeah. They get Disruptor. Well played.
They might kill Tusk too.
In an awkward spot, isn't he? Stomp is ready to go. Illusionist goes to the right. He still gets hit. God, the radius is ridiculous sometimes. It feels like it. And so, listen, even if they kill him or not, I mean, Khan is over here just trying to help his teammates this whole time. Not even remotely farming. So Fly is going to end up dying, it looks like. Yeah, it gets a little bit too deep here. Terrorblade is running in with that Metamorphosis. They're going to kill it in time, but Terrorblade here to clean up. No, he runs out of Metamorphosis. But meanwhile, the tower is dead, by the way. Here at the top lane.
Rotation from Zeus.
Oh, yeah, he could cut him off, actually. That's a big shard. And Zeus is here now, as you mentioned. So, oh, the shard block is going to go the other way. He has the Sunder indeed. He uses the con right there, and here comes S4 as well. He's also rotating, and it ends up working out beautifully for OG. Double kill for S4. Well, Moriarty had an opening there, it felt like, but then not so much. And the tower's dead, as I mentioned before. Top 3 net worth belonging all on the cores of the Radiant side right now. Jerax, he's fine. He's good. Yeah, this Zeus is not having nearly the impact they're hoping for. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the fact that he kind of got outlaned a little bit, and then on top of that, he ran out of mana, maybe poor starting item decisions, and had to go back to base very, very, very early on because the courier was in use. That set him back behind a level, and that whole kind of thing just snowballs from there with the kills happening mid as well.
Yeah. I was going to say, by the way, there is a bottom lane. Haven't even looked at it yet, but DK, he is doing slightly better. 48 and 10 against a 39 and 2 Omni, so doing quite a bit better.
One thing that was really odd to me about this bottom lane is that Blink chose not to get a Quelling Blade. I'm not sure if that's just a personal choice or if that's normal, but I feel like that, I think, is one of the biggest reasons he's getting out CS'd here, because he was doing good early on, but then as DK gets more and more sustained in the lane with Dragon Blood, he isn't really threatened by Omni Knight's pressure, and he's just able to man up and out CS.
Got it.
Gyrocopter nearly dying top lane, back to the bottom lane. Omni Knight not only being out CS, but now he's dead as the Elder Dragon form comes out. Of course, rotation again from S4. He's been at the top, he's been at the bottom, he's been farming mid. S4 is doing it all in Leshrac right now. That's proven to be a fantastic pick for them. In fact, he is now top net worth in the game at 4,300. As he has 4-0-1. He has 1,200 gold saved up, so, you know, we're at a point in this game already with the momentum. You know, he could frankly go anything and it'd be good, but I do kind of wonder what he's going to build here on Leshrac. I know Bloodstone potentially could be big. Would that maybe be the choice, you think?
Yeah, I really, really like Bloodstone. I also would like a 4-staff this game, just because there's Shards and Gyrocopter. I think Yules is also viable. They have the Disruptor, Static Storm, Loose Speed, Mana Regen. He has a lot of different directions he can go in, so kind of curious to see what he chooses. I think one utility item like Yules or 4-staff that serves as defensive and offensive could be really, really useful for him.
Going in bottom, Zeus is here. Throws out that Blast Lightning Bolt even. On to Mad, he's going to be slept up though, and now Fly's obviously here to support. They already killed Disruptor. Omni Knight, does he have any heal? No, he does not. He's all of a sudden choosing not to get his GA, but the Diabolic Edict also helping to take down several other heroes, including Zeus, the Lightning Storm, and the Splitters connects. Illusionist, he ain't getting out of there. Double kill for Fly, double kill for S4. They're just sharing the wealth and all the OKs coming out. So clearly OG's having a good time right now. 9,000 net worth. Let's take a look at that win predictability. It is 91% right now for OG. Yep, I think they're in a pretty good spot.
Out of curiosity, do you know how they come up with that?
I have no freaking clue. I don't, like, it doesn't really, like, that's what I was saying earlier. It's just, honestly, traditional sports have been doing it recently. It's one of those really stupid stats that doesn't really mean anything, but it's also just kind of fun to look at and go after. But yeah, I assume it's a mix of, like, a lot of the stats, obviously.
I can't wait for, like, a major meme where it says 99 win predictability and some team wins.
Oh, yeah.
With a 1%.
It makes you wonder, yeah, some of those games where like a team's of 30,000 net worth and still loses somehow, so wonder how high it gets.
Just gotta wait for some Fnatic games.
There you go. Yeah, they're playing at the GESC right now, actually. So they lost earlier, unfortunately, but it was an entertaining series. Anyways, bottom lane, you got OG's all here. Well, not all of OG, the 3 heroes. You got DK elsewhere, and Terrorblade's farming in the jungle, meanwhile. Continuing to accelerate pretty well. But so, Moriarty, what's your game plan? It's you're down by a lot here.
I don't think you farm your way back into this game at all. I just don't. It doesn't seem even remotely likely. I think get Disruptor 6. He's got 6. They just got to kill.
Don't die on Gyrocopter is part of it too. Yeah.
I think Gyrocopter has to stop farming and go smoke or kill with his team, maybe 5-man. I think you have to kill your way back into some sort of contention.
Yeah. Try to just, don't worry about the killing creeps right now. Just try to worry about killing heroes because it's just going to continue to accelerate more and more, and this game will get too out of hand. Bottom lane, Blink using what he can to survive himself at least. So they kill Disruptor, but OG working off of that now, going to push the bottom tier 1 tower, which I'm a little surprised is even still up, frankly, with how this game's been going. But they're going to kill it here.
Radiant's middle
I just think it's the Omni-Knight factor. It's hard for DK to push a lane in. And Matt actually rushed the first item Blink Dagger up to the thread and catches Gyro.
Fly, he was Fiend's Gripping last game as Rubik, and now he's doing it as actually Bane. Getting the kill on Gyrocopter there. Illusionist, he's a little bit too deep himself. It's not
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Yep, 95% now. Okay, it's not 100% over, but it's close.
I wonder if it can. Do you know if it can say 100?
I doubt it'll. That would be something if it actually says 100%. It's like, guys, the game is actually over. Please leave.
Dyer's bottom
Now it's
tower
99. I'm going to safely assume is the max. But I did find it was actually, I noticed that the previous game, and I pulled it up like as the game was starting, literally nothing had happened yet, like the bounty runes hadn't even spawned, and OG had the favored. It was like 65% for them. So I do wonder if it takes like draft into consideration of like hero win percentages and stuff.
So it's maybe like, I mean, it's millions of games, right? So it's big comprehensive data based on all the matchings of all the different heroes dynamically with each other. It's actually pretty cool.
That is pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
If that's the case. So for the beginning of the game, maybe make a habit to look at that, but anyways, we're kind of, it almost feels like we're in that overtime phase, as they like to call it, where we're kind of rambling on about different things because, frankly, the game just, it just feels like it's over right now. It's just action all over the place for the sake of just having fun at this point. Bane, he's going to get picked off a little bit too deep there. They are fighting indeed. And now S4's feeling the burn, but man, you just see the difference in the items right now. He is taking so much damage with that Bloodstone. He's going to get the Sunder from his Terrorblade teammate and going to clean up as a result. Great Sunder from No-Tail sitting on the outskirts, playing a support Terrorblade here. Triple kill for Jerax when it's all said and done on the other Titan. Yeah, that happened. Zeus, he's gonna die here. Oh no, he popped Soul Ring and killed the DK. Okay, so he lives and gets the kill. Well played.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Well, Leshrac mid is apparently a thing. Granted, it was against a Zeus, so you kind of wonder, like...
Yeah, I mean, if you put Leshrac against a Shadow Fiend or something, or any of the strongest mid-heroes in the patch, it's kind of a wash. The thing about Zeus is a vast majority of heroes can get, I wouldn't say free farm, but farm pretty well against a Zeus, as long as they have a wand and maybe some raindrops, so... It's actually convenient for a hero like Leshrac, whose maybe weakest phase is that build-up period and that laning, to actually get a matchup against someone like Zeus. I was really hoping for the Tusk to play more around the mid lane.
Yeah, no, they were very. It's almost like they got in that trap of the top lane wasn't going that well, so they kept trying to respond to it by just sending the supports up there and trying to recover. But you know, in hindsight, I think it's safe to say you probably should have just sacrificed that lane at that point and helped your mid, if anything.
I mean, at some point they got close. They got a couple kills with the support exchanges, but at one point it was like 2 CS to 35 CS on the Gyro versus the Terrorblade and massive experience top, and that really did them in.
Yeah.
Dire's
Roshan
top
kill.
tower is under attack.
So the Aegis picked up on... Wait, who got the Aegis? Leshrac. Okay. Killed Tusk in the meantime.
Dire's
20
middle
charges
tower
on that
is under
Bloodstone already for
Dire's
Leshrac.
middle tower has
He's going to
fallen.
Yules.
Because why not?
I like it a lot. I mean, dodge the missile, good against Static Storm, move speed, mana regen, mana pool.
And they're just going to push the top tier 2 now. So again, Moriarty, credit to them. They're not giving up. Despite this pretty awful start here for them. Gyrocopter essentially playing a support here, feels like. It's progress, but going to be jumped here now. Yeah, call down, a pretty good placement actually.
It's a really good, call down Static Storm for
Dire's
sure.
top tower
Main,
is
he's
under
going to manage to
attack.
somehow live though. Again, the items can never mind. Ultimate from Zeus will finish off Guardian Angel. It's not going to save Tusk though, and now Blink's in a bad spot because of that. Yeah, to go up. Zeus is going to get jump hit by the Dragon Tail. The Breathe Fire on top of both of them. Triple kill for S4. As a result, in the long run, you see Dragonite now with a Hood of Defiance just running at them. S4 is not scared. They're going in, baby. Gyrocopter. He's going to get got on, and he's dead. Ultra kill. They want the Rampage. Get it. Wait, they need a hero. Disruptor. Come on, dive. He's not diving. Nope, they're going now. Let's go. Rampage, that's 4.
Dire's top
Mid
tower is
Leshrac.
under
Nope,
attack.
snowball. And they're going to kill him. He's that, I believe the timer's going to be dead by now, right? Yeah. No Rampage for you.
Dire's top tower
Hey, you can't even
has
get the
fallen.
kill. Jeez, Disruptor's going to live. They're going to lose all their Titan. Alright, yeah, maybe it's time to fall back.
Great shards, excellent
Oh,
shards.
very good, yeah. No tell? He's here with the Sunder, though. Okay, they will kill S4. He's up immediately. What they actually do, he denied himself, it looks like. No Tails now in trouble, too. He doesn't have the Sunder anymore. The Fiend's going to locking out Zeus at least, and Zeus is going to live, though, and flies down now. The 3-2-2 is here, ladies and gentlemen. OG going a little bit too deep, it seems like. S4? Nope. Glimpse back. Moriarty still pushing out as a team. They got Omni Knight support ready to go. If they kill S4 again right
Dire's
here,
top tower is under
There's
attack.
Static Storm.
that's quite the streak, actually, but no kinetic field, unfortunately. Matt is getting low, though, himself. Black Cannon auto attacks. He's still running the urns on him. He's so tanky. Not enough, though. He does go down, but at a cost. Khan went too deep forward. He falls himself. Jerax running after Illusionist. He picks up a double kill. Flash is going to go down on Disruptor. The stomp on a couple of heroes, meanwhile, and S4 is here to clean up once again. GGs are officially called. So a little bit of life there from Moriarty, but it's closed immediately.
Dire's
From
middle
OG.
tower
There
is
we
under
go.
attack. OG victory.
It is a victory for OG in the end. As they take it 2-0. Let's see the predictability now. At 96%. Still not official. No, good game from them, though. Obviously, that game was over for a bit right there. Really, just what more is there to say than I think the laning phase was the biggest thing, right? Just they had to adjust differently.
Yeah, I
not.
think maybe even at 2-3 minutes they could have swapped Gyro and Omni. They could have dodged that lane. They could have put Tusk to play around mid and played top way safer. They had a couple different choices they could have made, but overall, definitely got outlaned. And I think the biggest thing is they don't have any win lane. They don't have any lane that's meant to definitely win. Whether it's a 1v1 like the Zeus versus the Leshrac or the Omni Knight versus the DK, and actually get their core item and get online in a stable manner like they did in the last series they played OG with the Puck versus the OD.
16-1 and 11 on S4. The mid Leshrac, obviously that one death and well beyond overtime, but yeah, very impressive performance across the board from OG. So yeah, you talk about obviously a bit of a statement from OG themselves going up against the Open Qualifier team Moriarty. They lost to them yesterday 2-1. coming back, though, and taking them out here. So it's still ultimately so now the playoffs are set up from Group A at least. What this means, like I said, is OG now goes to the quarterfinals automatically, where Moriarty will have to play in the first round of the playoffs now themselves. However, OG unable to get to the semifinals automatically. But again, now you play on, and now it basically becomes a single elimination tournament from here on out. So Singularity was the team out of Group A that automatically got to go to the semifinals with their success yesterday. Group B, you have Kingwin as the top team. And today, I'm not sure exactly how those results are playing out, but that is on the other BTS stream, which I'm going to send you guys to, because that means for our coverage, we are done. We are done here for today. So a much shorter day, and for yourself even, only the one game here, but do appreciate it. Joining me, Henry.
Thank you.
Any shout-outs, any last words from yourself as we all do wrap up?
I just want to thank the viewers for watching, and thank you for bringing me on. It's fun.
Fun as always. You can check out myself at BreakyCPK. You can check out him at Henry Dota 2. By the way, guys, quick shameless plug here myself. I do a Dota 2 competitive podcast that you can check out if you like. And it just launched a newest show focusing on the competitive scene. Actually had Trent Pax as an interview guest. I host it with a man named Donnie. He works on the site called Pugna. And actually, if you go to BreakyCPK.com, you can check out the link for it. Calling it the Dota Procast, Dota 2 Procast. So episode 1 just released a couple of days ago. Plans to be a weekly thing. Feel free to check it out if you like it. All your updates on the Dota 2 competitive scene. It's an audio podcast. You can download it, stream, or whatever. So, all right. For today, though, we are wrapping up. Tomorrow, let me double check. Should be back tomorrow for playoff action. Yeah, tomorrow going to be back with playoff action starting at the same time. It's going to be, wow, it's going to be a long couple of days. I just realized, Jesus, these next couple of days, there's 3 best of 3s that we're going to be casting, at least myself, and we'll see. But these next couple of days here on the stream, and then on Sundays, actually, the final match to determine who goes to the main event that is a major, the MDL Major. So tomorrow we'll see you guys once again, 9 a.m. Eastern, 1400 Central European Time. Until then, guys, have a good night. We'll see you then.